Today I'll be teaching you how to install a BR rev limiter into the R32 Skyline, as well as give you some tips and tricks and do's and don'ts of how to install this. So you can really mess up getting the BR rev limiter from an off-brand site. I got this from Nangoon Performance, which is a reliable company. Go ahead and open it up. Alright, small package, decently wrapped. Inside the package we got a pamphlet, comes with a sticker, comes with the information manual, all in Japanese. That's going to be interesting. And then also comes with this cool little pamphlet with some interesting pictures. So it's pretty good Photoshop. But they've been using this pamphlet for years now, and definitely iconic. Alright, here's more instructions. Again, in Japanese, that's unfortunate. And then here is one of the most useful information right here. So the first thing you'll have to do is find your car. Mine is a HC R32 Nissan. So look for Nissan. Alright, right off the bat I see some over here, some SR20s, RB26, there we go right there. RB20 DET, which is what's installed in this car. It's going to have this pin out right here. So these are the pins that we'll be talking about. Alright, so getting into the component itself. Still have the same switches. If you notice in the little slits, there's numbers and letters. I know the original has a red light and the fake one is common to have the clear light, but given that this is from Nangoon Performance, I'm sure this is just the updated shell. So on the fake rev limiters, the only thing that I'm seeing that this has that those do not have. For the real one, you have these two slots right here, and for the fake BR rev limiter, those do not exist. Also, the slots for the little numbers and letters on these switches don't exist on the fake one. And then also this screw pattern is different on the fake one. There's little switches here to change the different types of modes for the cylinders that you have. So there's switch 1, 2, 3, and 4. For mine, I'm a 6-cylinder, so I'm going to have all those switches in the on position. If you had 5, 4, or etc. cylinders, you'd put it in these positions. So reading through the forums, I found something that's different between the pinout and the BR guide. So for the BR guide, it shows that the yellow wire goes to the 1-degree cam angle sensor, and the green wire goes to the 120-degree sensor. However, on the ECU pinout for the HCR32 ECU, pin 41, which is what's told to be the yellow wire, is actually the 120-degree signal, and cam angle sensor degree 1 right here is pin 42, which is the green, which is the opposite of what it has hooked up over here. So we're going to see which one it is, and I'm going to be using these quick disconnect fittings right here, just so it'll be easy for me to swap out if they are backwards, and I'll let you guys know later. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is remove this panel. I've already removed one screw back here. Now you have to remove this one. As well as this one right here. It'll come out just like that. It's a clip, and it should come out. Gotta watch out for your road flare. Alright, there it is. So here's the ECU right here, and here's the pins that connect to it. You're going to need a 10mm to unscrew right there. Hook this plastic cover. can see all the wires at the pinouts. Alright, so what we're trying to find here is pin 41 and 42, which is the cam angle sensor in and out. So if you look here, that would be this wire right here and this wire. So looking over here, they're coming out. It's these two right here. So I'm gonna have to splice into those and hook up my connections. Spliced up into the pin 41, 42, green, yellow, and green and black wires right there. I'm about to be able to connect those to the rev limiter. The other two wires I need is the positive, which is this one right here. It's black and white, and then the ground right here at the very end. So I've connected the splices on the end of the BR rev limiter. Each one of these has a splice connection that's able to be fit into the cut wiring pieces here, and is also able to be disconnected quickly and allow the car to still function by connecting these back together. So this is usually the best way to do it. There's other ways to do it, but I soldered each of these in to make sure I have a good connection. It'd be very unfortunate if it disconnected in the middle of the drive and you're just stuck out alone in the middle of nowhere. So the one that is different from the others is the white wire. That's just going to be connected to another wire going to the switch and then to ground. This yellow goes to 41 and green goes to pin 42. So we're going to connect this yellow one here to 41. And then connect green wire to pin 42. There we go. Now it's just a matter of buttoning it back up and connecting the switch. Alright, so what I have here is a simple push button. It's a push and release. It's not a hold switch, it's just a push button. And I have two wires going into it and one wire coming out. The wire coming out, the one on the bottom, will go to a chassis grounds. Just find a random bolt on your car. The top two wires are the option for me, so one of those wires is going straight to the white wire on Nistune over there, and the other wire I'm going to have connected to the e-brake. What this allows me to do is to use either the push button for a rolling anti-lag or to use the e-brake for launches. Additionally, I believe that this will cause the handbrake light to come on the dash, which is a good indicator of when the push button is actually pressed. So I have the switch installed. Pretty clean, pretty dusty, but it's a clean setup, kind of inconspicuous. I'm setting up the ground over here. This is an option. I've already installed this part, but it's a big terminal for the positive and negative of random components that I put on. It's already hooked up to a couple things. Right now I'm going to be hooking up the ground for the switch onto my ground. Another option is to use bolts that are already here. I think this already goes to a bolt somewhere back there. I'm going to let the car warm up. Everything's installed. I have one wire going to the handbrake, and that will cause the red light to come in just like normal. Additionally, since I plugged in the switch for remote for a rolling anti-lag without having the handbrake initiated, I can still have it come in